360,000 Queensland families have started receiving cash in the bank as compensation for the carbon tax. Leonie Mellor joins us. And Leonie, this round is for families. Who's next?
Bill, you're right. This is just the first tranche of offset payments. Pensioners and students will be next, with increases to their support from next month. Then, of course, there'll be the general tax cuts to start flowing from July. Now, there has been some criticism about these extra payments, that people would basically spend them on the pokies, cigarettes and the like. Well, we went down to Logan this afternoon and spoke to several families who were in no doubt about where this extra money would go.
The electricity bill that I got last time was about $150 more than what I would normally spend, and then it's going to go up again as well.
Winter clothes probably for the kids. Yeah, that'd be about it, I'd say.
What will the $110 cover? That won't cover much for me.
What will you put it towards, do you think?
Oh, maybe towards a bill, I suppose. Maybe the electricity, that's about all.
It'd just be 1 week of, like, say, fuel and maybe nappies and wipes. That'd be it, really.
So you can see they see this extra cash splash going directly towards helping to pay those bills, but are highly doubtful that it will in fact cover those increased costs. I guess we'll know in 6 weeks. That's when the carbon tax comes in.
The carbon tax is coming, but so is some cash.
It's pretty good, but everything is going up soon anyway, so it won't make much of a difference.
Our bills are going to be rising to, the rate. That little bit extra money, it's not going to help us.
Government modelling predicts prices overall will rise less than 1% under the carbon tax, the $110 per child being delivered to more than 1.5 million families from today is part of the payoff.
It'll help with the electricity, but I think they should actually make it go on your electricity bill, not. So a lot of people won't use it for that.
Kate Gibbs is a nurse now at home with 2 small kids and says she knows where most of the $325 million will end up.
Habits, smoking, pokies, that kind of thing.
I know a lot of parents that are going to go to the pub and blow all their money on pokies.
The compensation is for today, but the tax is forever.
In fact, the compensation is set to keep coming. A school kids bonus starting next month. Family payments announced in the budget. Tax cuts to anyone earning less than 80 grand. And extra payments coming for students, people on the dole and pensioners. Now, the government officially doesn't link all that money to the carbon tax, but the Prime Minister today was joining the dots.
6 million households will come out square or even in front.
The government loves to talk about the compensation, but they refuse to talk about the injury.
The Prime Minister claims we won't be talking about any of it once the carbon tax finally gets here.
They have claimed that, the world will come to an end on the 1st of July, and I can guarantee this for you, the 1st of July will come and go.
Hugh Rimmington, 10 News.
Craig Thomson may have been kicked out of the Labor Party, but the coalition isn't above saying it would accept his vote if it means bringing down the Gillard government. Joe Hockey reckons Mr Thomson's support would be hard to refuse.
For Tony Abbott, Craig Thomson's a tainted vote, and he scoffs at the Prime Minister.
But she's not so disgusted that she won't cling on to Craig Thomson's vote.
Joe Hockey, not so fussy if Mr Thomson decided to ditch Labor and vote with the opposition.
Well, it'd be a moment of clarity for Mr Thomson that'd be very hard to refuse.
Some rare good news for Mr Thomson. The Electoral Commission has cleared him of most of the funding allegations. Wonder how widely that gets reported, he tweeted. But the opposition will make another attempt to have him suspended for late disclosure of the ALP paying his legal fees.
This is a very serious breach where there are hundreds of thousands of dollars of legal fees and loans being paid to Craig Thomson.
Ironically, Speaker Peter Slipper will get the first say on whether the issue will be considered. Though he no longer presides, he's still active in the role. Mr Slipper's fate hangs on a fraud investigation and a civil action for sexual harassment. That'll come before the federal court on Friday, even though his accuser has watered down some of his allegations. His staffer, James Ashby, still says he was required to work in a sexually hostile working environment, but has dropped claims senior Liberal aide Tony Nutt knew of Mr Slipper's behaviour.
The coalition need to put out there very clearly what they did know prior to these issues being lodged.
Paul Bongiorno, 10 News.